show with Comrade Lante Oriake, live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. The Comrade Show with Comrade Lante Oriake, live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. The Comrade Show.
Yes. A very good evening to you, Edo people and Nigerians across the world. This is the Comrade Show, and my name is Comrade Lante Oriake. This segment of the show is the one we call the Comrade and Friends. And of course, as always, we always come with, of course, the musketeers, I call them, the friends of the Comrade, to, of course, analyze and look at issues affecting Nigeria. A lot of the time, as they affect most especially Edo State. But today, there's a major issue, across the length and breadth of Nigeria, and that is the issue of insecurity. Nigerians have been dying in their droves. A lot has been happening. As a matter of fact, nobody's talking about any other thing right now across Nigeria apart from the issue of security. And of course, for some of us, we have expressed over and again, the failures of the federal government to tackle the issues of insecurity across Nigeria. And we decided that the way the matter is looking, and rightly so, it has become a matter of to your tent, O Israel, which means everybody now need to go back to the very base, to their very own zone, or their own state or local government to defend their home front. Because what has become apparent is that the Fulani herdsmen, terrorists, invaders, if you may, have taken over everywhere. In the western part of Nigeria, their excesses in the west led to, the effort of Sunday Igboho, who is now rallying all his Yoruba young men to ensure that they defend their homeland. While that is happening in the west, right in the east, the effort of Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and some of his own, colleagues, equally led to the formation of, Eastern Security Network. And the whole idea is to ensure that these invaders, in the name of Fulani herdsmen, terrorists, as they should be rightly called, they are taking over everywhere. The story is the same in the south of Nigeria, from Edo State to Delta State to Cross Rivers to everywhere. Now, the sad part of it is that we have a Nigerian president who's a Fulani man, who appears to be less concerned about these atrocities perpetrated by these people, his own people, perpetrated by Boko Haram, and of course perpetrated by the ones they call bandits. And of course somebody did come out some time ago to tell us that whether they call them Boko Haram or call them Fulani herdsmen or bandits, they are all one and the same group. And this man alleged that the Nigerian government, some of whom are not our governors, are actually the leaders of these terrorist organizations that are, of course, trying to put Nigeria under. Since this man spoke publicly, his words has gone round. We have not heard that the Nigerian government has invited this man to actually investigate from him what he knows. Of course, what we see generally is that there is no effort anywhere by the Nigerian government at the federal level through the president of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, who is himself a Fulani, has never come out to say what is happening right now is wrong, has never come out to say that what the Fulanis are doing is not right. However, what we have seen is that some of those working under him, including the IG of police, they have come out to try to defend these Fulanis. They've come out to the western region to even try to arrest people who are trying to defend their fatherland, as it were. Beyond that, some Fulani men and women and organizations have made statements saying that the land in Nigeria belong to Nigeria. To that extent, the Fulanis have a right to be anywhere they want to be. And that statement itself is true. There's no doubt in that fact. However, the laws of Nigeria equally states that when you encroach into my territory unauthorized, I have a right to defend myself because my own land does not belong to you. And so therefore, if the people of Nigeria, south, west, east, are saying, we don't want the Fulanis in our territories, the laws of Nigeria protect them to do so. To help do justice to some of these, I equally have right with us the Musketeers. But before we go deep into the security issues of Nigeria generally, and of course we are going to zero down into as it affects Edo State, I'd like to quickly establish a congratulatory message to say a big congratulations to Dr. Okonjo-Iweala, who recently has just been confirmed the director of World Trade Organization. If many of you are following the comedy show, you will recall that a couple of months ago, I did make a broadcast, and I did blast President Donald Trump, who was standing in the way of the confirmation of Okonjo-Iweala as the WTO chairman, the WTO director. And a lot of people called me, said a number of things and all of that. Now, what was amazing to me was the way Nigerians stood for Trump, even labeled, Joe Biden, an antichrist and all of that. But one thing everybody must recognize today is that since Joe Biden was elected and actually craved the indulgence of Nigerians in the US to ensure that they don't vote for President Trump because it's anti-everything that many of us believe in. Anti-Nigeria, anti-black, anti-everything that we believe in. And I make bold to say that because I have evidence of this. Okonjo-Iweala's case was one of such cases and all of that. But since Joe Biden became president, I can confirm to you that there are at least 3 to 4 Nigerians that Joe Biden has given appointment to under his administration. Nigerian Americans. The same Joe Biden has equally cleared the way for Okonjo-Iweala to become WTO director. So if you look at it, at the end of the day, Joe Biden is not yet 2 months old in office. But yet, I can almost easily call him the Nigerian president of America because of his goodwill towards not just Nigerians, but the black race and of course the minorities of the American states and all of that. So far so good. Less than 2 months in office, he has favored the African continent even more than President Trump, who spent 4 years in office. And yet, I just wonder where some of those our pastors, our brothers and sisters who were very vocal in saying that Trump must be and Joe Biden is Antichrist. Well, this is my opinion, but there are others who are going to equally add their opinion on this matter. I already see a number of us online with us. My name is Comrade Lamte Oriaki, and of course I see Kingsley Boegbe, I see William Prince Oduwa. I want to welcome you all to this program. Thank you so very much, Williams Prince Oduwa, for joining. Patience Rabon, thank you so very much. God bless you. Gregory Nosa Ogie, Hope Aloha. Please, let's share this broadcast. Let's get some numbers together. We're going to start. Insecurity is a big issue right now in Nigeria, but we're going to start from a lighter note. We're going to start with Okonjo-Iweala. On that note, permit me to bring on my brother, my friend, the Musketeer, Dr. Tony Agbons. Dr. Tony, the people will be very willing to hear your voice right now.
Yeah, my brother, Comrade Lamte Oriaki, thank you very much for the blasty introduction you have done today. I think we can take your word to the bank as far as disseminating truthful, useful information to our people. So I welcome all of our people. February don't they reach middle, so now so the year till they go small. I hope we are all keeping safe. Good to be back on this our Sunday program.
Thank you very much, my brother, Dr. Tony Agbons. Right here in the house, we equally have another musketeer. I call this one Comrade Pharmacist Austin Iremira. Pharmacist Austin Iremira, say hello to the people, brother.
My brother Lamte, thank you so much. You'll see many titles where they gather on top of my head. My people, my viewers, my friends, God bless you anywhere on the day for the world. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Always a pleasure to be here to have this discourse on a weekly basis. We call it our Sunday tonic. God bless you now.
Austin, don't leave. I'm going to start with you. Okojo Iweala has been confirmed as WTO chairman. Looking at all the drama, this thing ought to have been done since October last year, if I'm not mistaken. Now it's been confirmed. President Trump stood in the way. Joe Biden came, cleared the way for her to be confirmed. How do you marry this? What's your assessment of this?
Thank you so much, my brother Lamte. This relates to Nigeria and to Africa. And like you know, at the moment, the news coming from our continent and indeed our country is not very palatable. So to hear this coming during this week was something that was great, something that we need to celebrate. I need to congratulate that wonderful lady who stood the difficult times. She was unwavering and looking forward to the finish line. And I know hopefully by next week, every other thing will be dusted because the lady that is running against her has stepped down as well. And the United States has given her all clear. So it is an historic moment. Let me lay theory history down. By that confirmation, Okojo Iweala will become the first African to be director of WTO. It will be the first woman in the entire globe to so become the director. And it will be the first Nigerian to become the director. Those are three great feats, and we cannot but congratulate her. Then coming back to Joe Biden and Donald Trump, there's so many insinuations and different configurations that people came about. But like you said in your intro, it is very clear that Joe Biden is trying to make America truly America in his executive position. Remember when he was running, he said his office, his executive, his cabinet is going to reflect truly what America is, made up of white, black, and name. And that's a very good omen for us. It's a very good omen for Nigeria as well. It's created our name in the right pace, in positivity, which is what we want. So Joe Biden is there's a clear difference between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I know back home there's so many insinuations about the religious aspect, which of course one day we're going to come here to talk about. Sometimes we've taken religiousness and that belief of Christianity or Islam to something else that we don't really see the real truth. There were so many insinuations, but Donald Trump is absolutely different from Joe Biden. And Joe Biden is in the aim of affair just less than 2 months. There is sporadic appointment of African Americans, as they call them now, but especially Nigerian Americans, and paving way for this executive and exalted office for our own darling and running mother star, Dr. Okojo Iweala, representing Nigeria and indeed Africa. Nothing can be more loving, nothing can be more sweet than such a good news coming in this very time. So I seriously congratulate her and I say kudos to Donald Trump and success and good tenor to our lady woman.
Thank you very much. That's the musketeer, pharmacist Austin Iremira, Adi Comrade Iweala. I want to quickly zero on to the other musketeer. I'm talking of Comrade Dr. Tony Agbons. Dr. Tony Agbons. I don't want to play these footages, but I have a lot of them. Pastors. You know, everybody telling us how much of spiritual eyes of theirs was opened prior to the American elections, and forecasting that Donald Trump was going to win the presidency. Well, that is not the issue. And that Donald Trump is the man to protect the interests of Africans and Nigerians. And so therefore is the man that should be the preferred person for all of us at the end of the day. Trump, 4 years in office. Joe Biden, 1 month and a few days. 1 month and 2 weeks in office. How do you compare? So far, so good. Particularly with the confirmation right now of, with the way being clear now for Okojo-Iweala to lead the WTO. What's your assessment? And I want you to put in consideration as well the number of Nigerians too that the administration of Biden has favored, even in his own administration.
Yeah, thank you, Comrade Lamte Oriahi. In fact, I don't wait for you. When you introduce me before, you use my comrade title. So, so yeah, when I walk, I'm near see your body.
Is settled in a big.
Yeah, so that was on the latter side. Thank you very much. The confirmation of Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala gladdens my heart, my brother. With all the bad things going on and the sad news here and there. So this news, when it filtered out yesterday, as a Nigerian, I was very happy. And I want to situate this matter in 2 ways. Most people don't know that there were 5 strong persons that were contesting this office when this process of selection started. So I want to let so that our viewers can understand where we are coming from. So we had Amina Mohammed, a renowned economist from Kenya. Mohammed Tuwajiri, this guy is from Saudi Arabia. Dr. Liam Fox, solid British technocrat and a politician. And then Young Myung Hee, who was the South Korean former trade minister. And then Dr. Iweala. These five global personalities gunning for this office. And on the way, the other 3 fell aside. And we had Dr. Yo Ming Lee and Iweala left. And like you rightly alluded to, Austin has said the same thing. The US, under the leadership of Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump, refused to give Iweala support. And I must tell you, if Donald Trump has remained, there was every chance that the US would have vetoed Iweala's emergence as the Director General of the World Trade Organization. So, when people are saying, oh, Joe Biden is the next Antichrist, I just laugh. By the grace of God, we all know our spirituality. But sometimes a lot of Nigerians, they tend to mix spirituality with politics, with science, with morality, and they just get it wrong. Yeah, I don't want to steer the honestness. I think it's a topic we will discuss one of these days on this program. Let us always face issues squarely and not spiritualize everything. Look, in less than Joe Biden came in on the 20th of January. In less than 1 month, he appointed Ms. Osarieme Okolo, COVID-19 policy advisor. This is an Edo lady.
Yes.
We all saw when she was taking oath of office.
Yes.
Joe Biden appointed Mrs. Fumi Olorunikpa Badejo as White House counsel. Joe Biden just last week appointed, before last week, he also appointed Mr. Adewale Adeyomo, Deputy Secretary of the Treasury. And then just few days ago, he appointed Ms. Eno Ebong as acting head of the United States Trade and Development Agency, popularly known as USTDA. Excuse me. These are all Nigerian.
And my brother, just to quickly correct impression, you know, the man is actually calculated. The man is actually just over 2 weeks old in office.
Thank you, my brother.
Just over 2 weeks.
Over 2 weeks. Thank you for the further mass you have done, my brother. So under 2 weeks, he's done all this, and the person our people are clapping for, hey, is a spiritual. So, like I said, we are not here for morality and all this one. Every one of us will give account to God that day. So, for me, the emergence of Iwala is something as a Nigerian we should all celebrate. And kudos to all Nigerians and to all Africans and to all women. This will give a lot of strength to our young girls who are growing up, that as a woman, you can reach the top of your career. As a woman, you can achieve. As a woman, you can do the impossible. As a woman, you can achieve. So that is what I have to say, my brother. Congratulations to every Nigerian.
As a matter of fact, my brother, thank you. You are just preempting my next line. But I'm still going to ask, my musketeer brother, Pharmacist Ramira. Okonjo Iweala is a woman. Now she's occupying, in fact, one of the most exalted positions in this world, as it were. Now, she's the first woman, the first black woman, the first woman anywhere, the first African, the first Nigerian. And she's a woman. What do you think this means for the girl child? And I want you to zero into the black girl child, particularly given the black position in the scheme of things in this world. What do you think this means?
Thank you so much, my brother Lamti. It means a lot. Remember when I started, I told you that she is the first African, the first woman, and the first Nigerian to ever occupy that position. There is no mentorship. There is no possibility of growth that you will see when you look at her as a young girl that will not give you some degree of hope and belief. I haven't met her, but I know that she has mentored loads and loads of people. So for every black girl out there that looks up to her, you see some positivity. And what is even making it sweet, my brother Lamte, the present vice president of the United States is also a woman.
Absolutely.
The time will come where they will both stand on the same podium to have national discourse and international discussion. Don't you see the energy that will come out of there? It will be so sweet. So for me, it is a ray of hope for young girls when they look up there and they see her. Remember, she made a name while she was Minister of Finance in Nigeria. Those people she inspired are still her followers, and they will still be there to follow her on. In fact, I'm even projecting that when she finished DG of WTO, we might be seeing her holding a serious position in the United Nations. So it is something that is good. I want to beckon on every young girl there in Nigeria, in Benin City, in Africa, and indeed the world, to continue to look up to her and want to be like her. So in short, anything you dream, you can achieve, because we have people there living the dream now. Remember, the head of EU is a woman. The head of WTO is a woman. The vice president of the United States is a woman. What else do we want? So it's all positivity for the girl child. And I'm so happy and bathed in the spirit of joy.
I think I'll tell you, when you say what else do we want, I think I probably have an answer for that. And I want to direct this answer in a question to Dr. Tony Agbons. Dr. Tony Agbons, today, a lot of human beings, some with very bad, antecedents, are justly seriously to become president of Nigeria in 2023. Don't you think that given the development of the world today, Austin just elected, EU president is a woman, the first vice president of America is a woman, now the WTO director is a woman. Don't you think it is time that Nigeria give some consideration to a capable woman to lead the country. Men have been leading Nigeria since independence, and Nigeria have been associated with so much failure. Isn't it time for us to give a woman a chance to actually preside over this Nigeria as a nation? And let's see what difference that makes. Because for me as a man, I think I have lost confidence in the ability of men to actually turn things around in this Nigeria we call our country. I mean, it's a kind of opinion. I'm just asking you, sir. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. 150, 1000%. I agree with you. And I've said it before. And every Edo son and daughter, we know that one of our legendary musician, Ambassador Osamore Joseph, he did sing a song when we were growing up. Give woman a chance. I'm sure Lamte, you know that.
I remember, bro.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't see any reason why somebody
sorry, sir. I just want to interject. Every day, now, man, give woman a chance. Every day, now, man, for we country, give woman a chance. Now, so man for everything for we country. Now, so man for everything for we country. Me, I like to know. Yes, sir.
In the Rangadi for India, in never take.
Now, so
you know, when India in Benin, never.
In Benin,
you know, Lante. If I couldn't remember the tune for that song, it was in my head, but I couldn't pull it out. Thank you for helping me out there. Yeah. And Osamore said that, and to now change it a bit, it's not even a question of giving women a chance. The women can take it because they even have more population in Nigeria, so they can take it. Let's give an example. Somebody like, sorry, my lighting just went off here.
Okay. Austin, just before my brother comes on, okay, it's back on. Okay, go ahead, sir.
My lighting just went off.
It's all right, sir. Go ahead.
So, as I was saying, so the women can actually take it. Somebody like Okonjo Iweala, look at the example she's showing. The late Dr. Dora Akunyuli, we saw what she did when she got the opportunity. So I agree with your proposition that 60 years our men has failed in Nigeria. So let a woman even take the saddle. Me, I will support that.
Thank you very much, Dr. Agbons. Lastly, on this matter, first, I mean, I established earlier we have congratulated, Okonjo Iweala, and of course, we thank God for this, and we thank God for Joe Biden. I mean, right now, I am confident when I say that Joe Biden is the Nigerian president of America. Austin, are we not, I mean, this Joe Biden of a man, we've not really looked at him. I think we're going to find time to look at him, really. But this man is already associated with so much history. I mean, he got a ticket, he nominated a woman to be his running mate, okay, and that is historical in itself. And today, he's president, and the woman is the first vice president, a woman who may eventually become president of America, and all of that, and Joe Biden paved way for this history to be made. Joe Biden is equally paving way for us to have the first woman to lead WTO, and in fact, more so the first black woman in the person of Okonjo Iweala. Are we not easily going to say Joe Biden is a man that is going to be associated with more histories to be made in this world?
Thank you.
Are we not right to say so?
Thank you so much. We are very right. In fact, what the state you coined it is the Nigerian president. How did you coin it?
Nigerian president of America.
Fantastic. I think I was discussing with my brother. I think Joe Biden is going to go down in history as one of the best American presidents. The reason is he wasn't a true believer of entire race. He wasn't himself a socialist, but he got converted. If you look at his story And sometimes the things that happen to you in life sort of mold you, shape you, and sort of organize your thinking. He has had a very tragic time in office for the over 40 something years that has been in the house and becoming vice president. He has had his troubles. He has acted as a typical white man. He has had everything, but I think he has changed over time. And that is what you are going to see reflect in his leadership. Even working with the Senate and the House of Congress, he understands the dynamics and the mode and system of working. So I think he will take America to the next level, and he will be a very good president, and there will be more fallout and beneficiary for us Africans and indeed the world. Remember, Lamptey, as a leader, there are only two things you can play. Whenever you play that card, it's always very sweet. And that is what is deceiving our African brothers and our Nigerian brothers. Religion and race. If you play it very well, you would always carry people along. And that was what Donald Trump did. And that's why some of us are being carried away, thinking that it means well for us. But of course, we are not Americans. We have to develop our own country. But because of the way America is to the world, some of the things that happen there, directly or indirectly, affects us. I understand the gay and lesbian community issue, but this has existed even before Joe Biden. So that could be another reason why Africans, because it's alien, it's not what we practice. But this has been there before. So on a general note, I think with the enlightened and social manner with which Joe Biden intends to lead America, he will come up as one of the greatest, and it will be more beneficial to all of us. Remember, Barack Obama is solidly behind him. He was once like an advisor to Obama. Obama is also playing that role now. So most of the policies that he's going to bring out will be reflective of the Obama days. And again, if you've had a bad leader before you, even when you do only one thing right, the prospect of possibility and success attached to it is so massive. Donald Trump was a disaster, and even Biden changing only one key to give him even more name. So that phrase that you coined truly fits him. I wish him well. I wish America well, and I wish the world well.
Thank you very much, my brother. God bless you. That's a very good point well made. Of course, we're going to move away from Okonjo-Iweala. We congratulate him, but while we are moving away from Okonjo-Iweala, I want to use this medium to encourage, Nigerians, to encourage Africans, of course, to encourage our women. Okay, increasingly, everything is showing that there is no position in life that women cannot attain. So we cannot limit our women, to just some parts of life. Our women can aspire and they can equally excel in every aspect of life. Some of us today have become very strong advocates, of our women in politics, taking over position as governors, as president, as where we are now. Women need to shift a bit more. Maybe we'll place more responsibilities in our women. We probably will get better dividends, because in Africa, I can tell you, I'm not just in Nigeria alone, in the whole of Africa, I can tell you that the men have majorly failed. To be very honest, they have majorly failed the people. And so let us look at what this is going to be. Okonjo-Iweala is right now a big example. You are there, you are a father, you are a mother, you have a female child. Okay? Look, it is time for us to give them the attention, the most, as it were, because these children can aspire to be anything in this world. So let's begin to build and inculcate in our female children that they can be anything they want to be. They are not inferior to anybody. They are not inferior to the male children. Okay? The opportunities are there. They can take it only if we push them and encourage them to travel that line. So congratulations to Okonjo-Iweala, and of course we hope that the administration is going to be a good one for the world as far as WTO is concerned. Yes, my people, we are going into security matters. Nigeria is under siege. We are not the only ones talking. I used to watch this soap opera in those days. They say the rich also cry. Today, even those the powerful people in the Nigerian system, they also cry. They're also complaining. It is in the light of that I want to play this excerpt from one of the governors of Nigeria, who is very worried and disturbed, and of course, who is holding the federal government of Nigeria, as led by President Muhammadu Buhari, accountable, holding him responsible for all that is happening right now. Before we discuss, let us listen to this man.
Since I came to power, I have repeatedly, and I'm going to repeat it again today, that unless we break down the strata of security agencies, particularly the police, I insist, there must be a state police, and there must also be a local government police. The federal government alone cannot handle the security. It has shown that they have failed and failed and failed. The security has to be broken down. Where we copied this constitution is America. United States of America has federal police, state police, and the local government police. Where something is bigger than the local government police, the state police comes in. Where it is bigger than the state police, the federal police comes in. Where is bigger than the whole three of them, then the military is invited. The military is a last resource. But ours here is the military that is the first resource, because we have woefully failed. And I'm calling on the APC government to take this seriously and find a solution to it. And I'm calling on all politicians, both APC, PDP, and all of us that are in position of power to seriously look at the security edges. In this state, I've lost so many people I can't count. This is a chairman. I lost my own member, House of Assembly, Hosea Ibi, and too many others to mention. And as I speak to you, there is tension in the Southwest. Do we continue to sleep and keep quiet as if nothing is happening? Something is happening which is desperately needs an answer. I'm calling on the federal government, all the people that matter at the authority, those who should check our constitution are the senators and members of House of Representatives. They should look into the constitution with the view of amending it immediately. That is what I would say on this issue of security. We need to tackle it in finality.
Thank you. Thank you.
The man said that the federal government, as led by President Muhammadu Buhari, they have woefully failed. Woefully failed. As a matter of fact, let me bring in my people before we dig the matter this down. Let me dig it, down a bit more. Dr. Agbons, woefully failed. How would you assess this? This is the governor of Taraba State speaking. He said the federal government of Nigeria, they have woefully failed. He's advocating for the restructuring of the security apparatus of Nigeria. The security structure of Nigeria.
Thank you, during the week, when I saw this video, I shared it in some school alumni platform I belong to, and I said, finally, the chicken has come home to roast. Like you said in your speech earlier, the rich also are not crying. What has been happening gradually, has been building gradually, has now reached the zenith. The level of insecurity is so much now that people cannot even travel from Lagos to Benin using the road. If you have a Jeep or a Range Rover or a very fine car, people are even scared to travel on the road. They want to travel and fly by air. Abuja side is a no-go area. So Southwest, Middle Belt, Northeast, North Central, the general level of insecurity in the whole of Nigeria now is unimaginable. It's undescribable because of the failure of governance. So I'm very happy that a state governor from the northern part of Nigeria is saying this. This is Taraba State Governor, Darius Ishaku. And I also heard that the governor of the Middle Belt State of Benue, Governor Otom, also spoke in this same line. There's also a video trending. So finally, everybody is beginning, even former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who was against the creation of state police when one of our former National Assembly were considering doing it. Obasanjo was very much against it. Obasanjo has made a U-turn and he has admitted that the time is right now for us to localize our policing system. Comrade, I've said it in this program. The United Kingdom, where you and I live, we are just under 65 million people. We have 47 police forces. 47 different police forces. Nigeria, with a population of 200 million, we have one police force. The United States, where we borrow presidential system of government, they have over 450 police units. Over 450. They have the county, they have the state, they have the federal. So when there is crime, if county cannot do it, they will shift it to the local government level in America, where you have a mayor. If that one cannot do it, they move to state security. If state cannot do it, before they bring in National Guard. But in Nigeria, everything is just for one police force. We have just one Inspector General of Police, 36 Commissioner of Police. It is not working. So, but thank God that big political weights like this, they are not speaking. Maybe now everybody will listen, everybody will have a sense of reasoning, everybody will not have a voice. But it's unfortunate that a lot of our ordinary people are still being killed on the road, still being kidnapped, women are being raped, people are being killed. It is unfortunate. So the earlier we change our security apparatus and make policing very local. Look, I'm from Edo. If I was a policeman, you post me to Kwara State. For God's sake, it will take me years to even know the terrain. Take me years to know their language, their parlance, some of the things they do and they do not do, their culture. It will be hard. So state policing is the way to go. And I'm happy that even already, people are already taking the issue of security. They are taking it in their own stride. We have Amotekuna, we have Eastern Security Network. Like in Edo State, we have Edo Vigilante. So everybody is not doing his own. Because if we wait for the police, nothing is going to happen.
Thank you very much, my brother. Pharmacist also Iremira. We have been discussing Edo security and the issues around it for some time coming. And in recent times, some human beings, many of whom actually we can identify as those who are very close to Oshomole and of course close to the opposition to Edo State governor. They sort of be playing this blame game to say that the governor is responsible for this and for that. They have even said that the governor is getting security vote of 700 million as they claim. And that that security vote is enough to secure Edo State. And many of them are actually saying that the insecurity at the level of Edo State right now is actually because of, the governor is not doing this or is not doing that. Given the submission of this Taraba State governor right now, that the asset I play right now, how would you place your argument in the light of this whole general security situation in Nigeria?
Thank you so much, Comrade Lamte. Well, the governor of every state is the chief security officer that is granted. But they are like chief security officer in mere name and words, because it appears to all of us that they are not in control and not in charge. And that's why we have to go back again to our nemesis. We have one nemesis, which is the 1999 Constitution that gives all power to the federal government. I cannot overemphasize what my brother Tony has already said about policing being local. The governors are meant to be chief security officers of their states, but they are not in control. They cannot appoint their own police commissioner. All police commissioners in Nigeria has to be appointed by the IG of police. And the IG of police is directly under the whims and caprices of the commander-in-chief. So that makes that delegation of security duties to be a bit difficult. I know many governors they are in a very precarious position. I don't envy them in any shape or form, because if you take Edo State as a case study, every Edolite will first call on the sitting governor, whose responsibility it is to protect life and property. But on the other side, we know that their hands are tied, their powers are limited. So it is then left for everybody within the state led by the governor to then begin to fight the little they can fight within their constitutional remit to protect their own citizens and their own people in their state, which I believe, like in Edo, the governor is doing with the establishment of the vigilante group. Like we said before in our previous program, we are pushing forward for the Edo State legislature to give a legislative backing to the vigilante, so that the federal government will not use the IG and the commissioner of police to legally sidetrack them. That is the way to travel for now, until that constitution is changed. And that is the bane of what we talk about every time, which is restructuring. If the country is not restructured and the system changed and that constitution rebuilt, the powers of the governors will just be nominal and it will have little or no effect. And the federal government is aware of this, hence they are using this to the detriment of those that they don't like. I give you an example with the issue of the Fulani herdsmen. If the state have their own police, do you think anybody can go into any state to come and take lands that doesn't belong to them? The answer is no. The governors will get their police to at least secure their state and prevent them from coming in. So that constitution is our nemesis. It is the reason why we have to restructure. All these things are all in the exclusive list, and the state governors have no control and power over it, and there lies our problem. So every Nigerian, and indeed citizens of Edo State, must understand this. Why we have to hold our governor responsible, we must realize where their power lies. I overheard on good authority that the vigilantes in Edo State are doing a lot, and that sooner rather than later, the out of wheel security issues that happened a few weeks ago is now being abated. But our nemesis still remains the 1999 Constitution. It is on this note that I want to beg all Edo State people to take security seriously and in their hands, and to beg all our chiefs, the Inigies, everybody involved in some form of leadership, to now begin to be more sensitive to their environment, because we need all hands at this time to be on deck. And Tony also said something. People now need to begin to speak. Just before I came to this program, I listened to Wole Soyinka. Obasanjo said something last time. Governor Daros Ishaku had said something. Governor Otto of Benue State has said something, and other big wigs. We then need to really push for this, because this is the time and the moment for restructuring to happen. And somebody said, if we go through 2021 without rocking this boat, by 2022, 2023, the money bags would have come and it will be election time. So we have to do everything possible to stop election happening if restructuring doesn't happen before that. So it's just the way to go. 1999 Constitution is our biggest problem and our greatest nemesis. We need to crack it, and crack we must.
Thank you very much, Austin Iremira. Yes, Nigerians, I mean, the issue of the Constitution keeps, popping up. I just want you to listen to what somebody said. Somebody who was the Minister of Information in the time of Abdul Salam, where this Constitution was cooked. For us to understand that there's a coup case in this matter. I will explain coup case later. But let's take a listen, please.
49 people selected to write a constitution, wrote a constitution. 40 people in the Supreme Military Council promulgated a constitution for us. Under General Abubakar, government in which I served, I was in executive council. I never saw the draft constitution, and I was Minister of Information. It was my responsibility to publicize it to the country. On the day of swearing in of Obasanjo, we didn't have a copy of the constitution. I didn't know who was printing it, and my ministry was supposed to pay for the printing. And Obasanjo was sworn on a constitution that had not been read by anybody. And the National Assembly could not be constituted until 4 days after he swearing in, because there was no clean copy of the constitution. You cannot build on quicksand. A country cannot live on falsehood.
Now, some few people were, were cocooned, were put together, okay, to orchestrate and give us a constitution that is lopsided, a constitution that many agree with is one of the reasons why Nigeria is the way it is at the moment. A constitution that did not consider that other people exist in Nigeria apart from from Muslims, apart from Fulanis, and apart from some of those kind of people and all of that. And so everything was packed to that side. And people are now saying, look, for this Nigeria to be a settled ground, there is the need for us to ensure that we operate our arrangements, with everything being equal on the table, and that is a major discourse right now. You understand what I'm saying? Now, because at the end of the day, listening to the ex-minister of information under General Abdul Salami and all of that, where this constitution was cooked to produce the first president of Nigeria in this particular, era that we are talking of Olusegun Obasanjo and all of that, till date. Okay, we have not seen Nigeria progressing and all of that. People are not arguing that this is because of this constitution as it were. Now, Dr. Agbons, constitution, restructuring, and all the other things, which do you think should actually come first? We should advocate for more seriously. Dr. Agbons.
Yeah, thank you, Comrade Lamte. The thing with the system we operate is Nigeria, we borrowed the American presidential system, but halfway the line, we threw away the federal system. So for me, if we say we are operating a presidential system of government, we have to operate it in total, just the way the Americans are doing it. You saw the last American election. Each state was conducting their election, and they will send the result to the federal. You saw it. We all saw it. So that is the simple way we can explain this restructuring. Because when you talk about restructuring, a lot of our people are still talking about, you want to break the country into pieces and all that. No. Restructuring is that when things are done locally, things are done in small units. That is the way it is.
Sorry to cut this out. Now,
to start from.
Sorry, Dr. Agbons. You want to break Nigeria into pieces. If we agree to break Nigeria into pieces, is there anything wrong with that? I mean, must it be a no-go area? Say, we are not talking of breaking Nigeria into pieces. If people are talking of restructuring, we are talking of coming to the table to come and rediscuss everything. Should people not be allowed to decide whether to stay in this arrangement? Should they not?
Look, unfortunately, the political elite in Nigeria, our big men, they are so blinded by their pockets. How many constitutional conferences have we had in Nigeria? I think during that time of President Obasanjo, he had one where people came together. In the time of Goodluck Jonathan, we had another one where people came together. But some of these decisions were never implemented. But you will expect now that we are operating a constitutional democracy, that members of the Senate, members of the House of Rep, if they were truly representative of the people, they are the ones that should be championing this. But they will not, because they are just, for their own, they are just enjoying the lavish lifestyle they are having now. So they are the ones that are supposed to champion this thing. What I have seen in Nigeria is that it is only non-state actors, people who are not in government, that talk about this restructuring. Those in government, they don't really talk about it. Recently, the South governors and stakeholders in the South, they met with representatives of the presidency, led by the Chief of Staff, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, Since that meeting, have we had anything?
Nothing.
They didn't give any deadline to the presidential people. They only just say we demand. It was just like an ordinary paper talk. So we have not had anything. So our current political class, they are just full of themselves. So restructuring actually will help Nigeria to make the country grow, the country will develop. When everybody begins to behave from his own local area, his own local unit, that is the way forward.
Pharmacist Remera, the conference organized by former President Goodluck Jonathan, where multi-millions, if not billions, was spent to put a document together. Why can't we visit that document if that document will savage Nigeria today?
Thank you so much, Comrade Lamte. In case you don't know, all the people that went to Abuja for that conference were put in an hotel and they were paid 1 million naira. That is still one of the unforgivable things by Matan committed, because he had the opportunity to implement that document. He never did. And like Obasanjo now, he may probably be regretting, which is the problem. And before that, Lamte, there was an West report that also captured the people were paid. It was never implemented. The only problem, Lamte, we said it here, freedom comes by struggle.
Yes.
And Tony has already alluded to it. The political class will never support restructuring. The simple reason is that because they are today beneficiaries. But I can let you know, as soon as they leave office and they come to the other side where we are, they become Obasanjolized, if there's a word like that we are hearing from Baba now. Restructuring, my brother, is the only key. Sometimes, when I sit in the room, I say I don't want to forgive myself for bringing General Muhammadu Buhari to power in 2015. But I'm taking solace in it. I thank God he's the president. You will ask me why? Because we would have been postponing these evil days. God has brought him to Nigeria because this is the time that we have to take our country back. Because all of us would have been having wishful thinking. Oh, it would have been the best. It would have changed our country. Now we now know. And he's now doing evil to us. Like we say in the local palace, headmen, insecurity is now visible to the blind and audible to the deaf. So this is the time for us to take our country back, and we must. Whether we like it or not, Nigeria has come to the precipice. How it's going to happen, I don't know. But we cannot continue like this, my brother Lamte. No way. It has come to that stage because the Fulani want to Fulanize us. We are saying no. So we have come to that point. They are not going to give up. We are not going to give up. So there must be a solution. The problem now, Lamte, is not whether restructuring will happen. The problem now is when is it going to happen? It is when. Is it in my lifetime? Is it in your lifetime? Is it tomorrow? Is it next year? It must happen. The federal government can no longer push it any further. And I don't want a war. I think there are peaceful ways we can resolve this. I was listening to a presentation.
Pharmacist Remera, sorry to interject. Are we afraid of war if war is going to give us a lasting peace?
No, we are not. But because war, the aftermath of war sometimes is a bit very cumbersome. While I appreciate that it's going to be one of our weapons, let us allow it to be used as a last resort.
But looking at the Fulanis invading our lands, not willing to go, even some of them making public statement to say the land belongs to them, the land in the west southeast belongs to them, and they are not willing to go. Should we be afraid to defend ourselves in our land?
No, we shouldn't. Killing the Fulani people is not war because the army has not turned on us. So, like we said, everybody, Edo State vigilante, Amotekun, anything in anywhere, you should use it to defend yourself. By the time we start killing them, which we have already started, and they don't retreat and go back so that we can go back to the plate, then we have no choice but for war. Lamte, let me tell you, if Buhari come to you today and say, what have you presented to me? We haven't presented any paper. So that is why the West and the South now need to come together to present and demand, this is what we want. Then it will now be that the federal government is not accepting it. They would have established a case. And remember, I was thinking about this, Lamte. All of us in diaspora, we have a role to play. You know why? When things are happening like this, you need a place where it will be settled. Remember, there was a settlement in Ghana, there was a settlement in London. So we have a role to force the government here to also be involved. We have come to that road, my brother, and it will certainly happen. It's only going to take time. Absolutely. We can't continue like this. Everybody is now clear to them what is happening in our country. And I thank God for Buhari for setting this pace, because we can't go back. The Fulanis cannot tell us tomorrow that they are not converted. Irony. So it is definitely going to happen. But now, like somebody said today, Lamte, if they say take restructuring now, are we ready? The answer is no, because we haven't created our own leadership system. So South, West, we now need to start talking together and making plans on what is going to happen, because this will certainly happen. Restructuring must come. Nigeria cannot remain like this. It's either the Fulani succeeds over us or we defeat them. Absolutely, my brother.
Thank you very much, Pharmacist Remiran. The Nigerian problem is complex. There's no doubt about it. But it's equally very simple. And there's no doubt about it. Of course, we've listened to the Musketeers, of course, trying to analyze these matters as it were. One thing is very constant here, and the constant thing is that everybody in this country, apart from probably the Fulanis, everybody in the South needs some change. And the change has to begin with those who don't belong to these lands should go to where they come from. For instance, in Edo State, where we are going to right now, we are going to zero to Edo State right now. We want all foreigners to leave our land. Whether you are a Fulani herdsman, whether you are a Morovia herdsman, whether you are a Kafacha herdsman, okay, you are occupying an Edo territory, unauthorized. Leave. And I want to quickly, and before I bring in the Musketeers, I want to quickly address one situation that Edo people must be aware of, because it is security matter, and like I established, it has become a matter of to your tent, all Israel. I can tell you for sure that the authorities in Edo State, okay, they are doing what they need to do. Everything cannot be said in this public space. People are calling me to ask me questions. What is the governor do? What's that do? What's that do? I will tell you that the governor of Edo State is probably one of the governors in Nigeria that is on top of this game. And I can tell you that if not what the government of Edo State and the authorities of Edo State are already doing, only God knows what will be happening now. The problem that we are fighting now is so deeply rooted that this problem has actually, been mounting for a very long time coming. But I want to tell you the good news. The good news is that I have to speak Bini, to just explain what I'm talking about right now. So there are so many things that cannot come into the public space like this. Insecurity matter. So security matter cannot just, everything will not come out like this and all of that. So I will encourage us, only few things we owe the authorities. One, let's be careful. Two, those of us who have access to information, you know where they are. Provide the information to the appropriate authorities. They know what to do. They know what to do. And so provide that information. Okay, that's what you need. Then let's be careful. Let's the time we are is fragile. I can mewe here remi bane. Okay? Let's keep ourselves alive. This is important. For those who are there and all of that, it is not time to play politics. There are those of you who are out there. You are looking at this situation right now that is not peculiar to Edo State. You are bringing your own grief of election loss to try to attack the government of Edo State, the governor of Edo State, attack even his supporters. Turn around. The time we are right now is for us to put all political innuendos and political inwuzi aside and look at the true ways of dealing with the situation we have at hand right now. Don't play politics with this situation because people are dying and they are truly dying. It is not peculiar to Edo State. For those who are saying, oh, some people are saying, the governor has a security vote. I will tell you, even without the governor telling me, that the security vote that the governor is receiving is already working to protect Edo State. But I will tell you the truth. The truth is that the person who is culpable is the president of Nigeria. He equally has security votes. Where is the security vote? What is he using it for? The man has not even as much as come out to address the nation to say, if you don't know, Buhari is the head of the car owners in Nigeria. Buhari owns a lot of cars in Nigeria. His cars are among the ones that they are using to travel everywhere. Say they are headers, but behind heavy cars, they are carrying weapons to kill people, to take over their villages and their lands and every other thing. Buhari should address Nigerians as one of the leaders of the car owners of Nigeria, a private business. What will you people think? My brother own a poultry farm. What would you people feel if we not carry our fowls, take them to the north in the name of looking for what they will eat, and spread fowl everywhere all over the streets, or carry our pigs out of our piggery, take it all over the streets? We are going to a state where they have mud for our pigs to go and look for food in the mud and all of that. Cow is private business. What is happening that people don't understand is this: they put cow in front. Behind the cow, they are carrying an army of terrorists. Many of them are not even from Nigeria. Fulanis from the Niger Republic, from other countries. Why are they doing that? The reason why they are doing that is because they want to take over everywhere. And we know the story of the Fulanis in history. They defeated them. They crossed into a place they want to take over. We as Nigerians, we have accommodated the Fulanis. But maintain your territory. Don't move beyond your territory. We know your history. So this matter is not a question of maybe some people are trying to fight some ethnic groups. No, it's not that. Nigeria, the lands in Nigeria belong to Nigeria. Everybody has a right to live wherever they want to live. But live legitimately. All the place you want to live. Live where you are renting the place or you are buying the place. Don't encroach another man's land. You go there, you destroy yams, you destroy cassava, you destroy this and you destroy that. The owners will come and say, I want you to destroy my thing. You kill them, you rape our women. What betide thee? So far, so good. So Edo people give support to the government of Edo State. While the work away, man, the government should come out and talk. Me, any here time, everybody be relaxed. Edo is in safe hands. Edo is in the hand of the right person. No who. That is the truth of the matter. The authorities of Edo State, from the government of Edo State to the palace of the Oba Bini, and they know what to do. And so let's be confident and express our confidence in this people and give them our support. That's what we need to be doing. Not those of us coming out on the public space to come and use our platform to say all sort of nonsense and rubbish. I listen to some of you. I just shake my head because that is the truth of the matter. Please don't mind me. I'm speaking Benin because I just want to let my people understand. The truth of the matter is that there are things I cannot actually say in English because they don't have English translation. So what did you do? Let us support the government of Edo State. Let us support the governor of Edo State. Let us support the authorities instead of us putting our mouth to say, this. I just played this of a Taraba State governor. Any security vote, he gets security votes as well. All the governors are complaining. Are they not getting security votes? Who are we battling security votes in Nigeria? But I can tell you, the security vote that the governor of Edo State is getting is being used properly. Is being used properly. Let's pray for them. Let's pray for those boys who are volunteered to be part of the what do they call them? Please remind me, sir. Vigilantes. Let's keep praying for those guys, my brothers and my sisters. Let's not castigate any of these people. All they need from us is our support, morally, socially, economically, and otherwise. And those cannot afford to be divided. And don't mind you there. You are not killing me at all. All the not a Edo kingdom. I mean, be one by the right now. They don't mean any. And I'm your this is Benin kingdom. Eti Kiabore and Atia kingdom. And do you home your talk? There is no part of this Nigeria no man when you bedo. And I mean, let's not forget who we are. Why we the Edos. Let's not forget who we are. We are not the kind of people that any foreigner will overrun by the way all this, circumcised. We are not the kind of people. So when Allah okay, is that well, let us support the authorities in Edo State. That we are doing on social media, let us bring it down. Because the people who are killing our people in the bushes, they are not making noise. They are not discussing their strategies. So do not call our governor or call anybody to come and discuss strategies. Please. Whatever requires blood, you give it blood. Whatever requires oil, you give it oil. I miss say, I saw me by the man. So we must understand this. Because I see a lot of hula baloo online by Edo people. If you don't know, bring your head down. Stoop. Find out. You probably will understand and know. Let us allow people who are doing what they ought to do. Do what they ought to do. The time we have is fragile, is delicate, is deliberate. And therefore, Edo people must understand. So don't call me or call my name and say, oh, why is the government of this, why is the government of that? Just be quiet. Be quiet. Keep your nose to yourself. Because when they know what to do and they're already doing it. And so you fall in line. Pray for them. Raise your support. And find the channel, the right channel to direct the support to where it ought to go to. That's what many of us are doing right now. That's what all of us need to be doing. And therefore, I want to zero down to another part of this matter. My comrades, the Musketeers, when I'm not vessel, this matter, it just invests me small just now as I take to come. The question is this. We have this brother from Fuga who was killed. He came from America, a good man from every indication, people's man, and all of that. Everybody's entering the matter to Fulani Hensman. But before we go down and discuss the matter, I want to play some footage I've got of this man, when he came from America. His name is Dennis Abuda, I think. But let's just take a listen. Happy man. Let's take a listen. Dennis Abuda, Abuda, CEO, Adachi Properties Limited, USA, Dennis Abuda, 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 this man traveled all the way from the United States of America. He's from Fuga, from Edo State, from Edo Central. I mean, from Edo North, right? You know, he came all the way from the United States of America, and of course, a people's man. He came for the festive period, and all. He's been around. He's been doing a lot of good and all of that. You know, a very, very staunch people's man, as it were. As a matter of fact, I played this footage where you see him actually, you know, disbursing and sharing monies to his own people. You know, what you see is sharing money even in dollars. As a matter of fact, dollars. He's giving dollars to his people. Happy man, you know, according to sources, he does this all the time. You know, he makes people happy. He's a very happy man, you know. A people's man. People come to him regularly when he's around. And all that, you know. And we have it on good information that he himself was very concerned about all the atrocities taking place all around and all of that. And, you know, he equally, you know, had expressed his concern about some of those things, you know, happening around. But he was ready to go back to the US. And he was to be seen off by, you know, well, some kinsmen, whether brothers or, you know, cousins or whatever, I don't really know. But people are very close to him. You can see them in this vehicle that I'm going to show you right now. And a lot of people were around to see him, to do some sort of send forth for him and all of that. Now, he was a company of a lot of people. Probably these people are going to be numbering more than 50, as it were. Depending, I don't know. But many. So, which meant to me, let me play the footage before we start talking about it. You can see so many people right there, right? You know, Dennis Abuda left in that vehicle, you know, on the way probably to the airport before he flies to America. Okay? On his way, he was kidnapped. And a couple of days later, you know, everybody, you know, he was kidnapped along with, you know, they were released. This is after they had collected ransom. But apparently, from the information we got, it looked like, you know, as soon as he was kidnapped, not long after he was killed. Okay, but eventually they collected a ransom from the family and all those things and all of that. And so, what we started hearing was that he was killed by Fulani herdsmen. And when some of us could put some of the stories we've heard together and looking at the situation, it's very difficult for us to believe that, you know, I don't want to preempt anybody. I want to go to the musketeers quickly. Dr. Agbons, is it right for us to just conclude in that blanket manner that this is Fulani herdsmen, and so therefore the matter should rest like that?
Yeah, thank you, Lamte. I can see you've done a lot of groundwork on this very sad event that happened this last week. Very sad. Very gentleman. But I want to zoom in from this angle. Security is something that got to do with intelligence. And security people, they work with intelligence. From the footage you have shown now, I can see that the late chief obviously became a target just based on his lifestyle, the kindness he was showing very openly. So and there are lessons for everybody from that. And I haven't seen this departure video until you showed it now. Me, I have not seen it. Somebody could have just made a phone call the moment his vehicle left in these days of mobile phone and say, oh, the chief don't come out, oh, it's just a come out for Fuga now. And people can calculate distance and then they just waited for him at the Benin bypass. So, For me, this is just my honest assessment of this thing. The security intelligent people should not just focus on Fulani herdsmen alone. Yes, we are talking of Fulani herdsmen. This one, to me, looks like an inside job. So a lot of people internally who saw him leave, those who knew he was around, they knew when he was going back, they could be complicit in this. This is just my own personal view and assessment of this situation. And I give my condolence and sympathy to the family of this Edo son who came up all the way from the US to celebrate with his family at home. And I hear he has been doing this for many years. He's been doing it for many years. This is not just the first time. So my condolences. It's such a sad.
Yeah, I think that message of of condolences should actually go to the loving family. Anyway, let me ask Pharmacist Eremiran, can we just say, on a very blanket note, it's Fulani herdsmen only, and so therefore no investigation will be carried out? Are we bold to say that, looking at the scenario?
Thank you, Lamte. Just before I answer your question,
just before you come on, from Siremra, just before you come on, sorry to interject, I want to play this footage so that you probably it may inform you a bit more. This is part of the police investigation into the process.
Chief Dennis Abuda, 63 years old, came to his hometown Fuga in Esako Central Local Government Area of Edo State from the United States of America during the 2020 Yuletide. After the celebration, he then decided to return to the United States of America on 30th January 2021. The deceased and 3 others who traveled with a Toyota Sienna car from Fuga to Lagos for his flights to America was attacked by some heavily armed suspected kidnappers. The said gunmen were said to have kidnapped Chief Dennis Abuda, Chief David Oriake, Mr. Richard Bologi, the Sienna car driver, and Mrs. Comfort, and taken them into the forest. It was revealed that while they were being led into the thick forest, Chief Dennis Abuda got exhausted and could not continue the journey. His inability to continue the journey into the forest of the unknown got the said kidnappers angry. They were said to have shot him dead on the spot and led others into the forest. They however opened a ransom negotiation to the tune of 50 million naira with the family members. But when the family members sought to speak with Chief Dennis Abuda, the suspected kidnappers forced the victims to say he was in another place. On Tuesday night, the other 3 victims were released after ransom, while the whereabouts of Chief Abuda was unknown. The situation forced the Edo State Commissioner of Police CP Philip Ogbadu to lead a search party to the forest. The search team had the Ipobahi Area Commander AC Adebowale Lawal, the Divisional Police Officer Egba Police Division CSP Ayola Ojo, and other top police crack teams. During the search, the kidnappers' hideouts were raided, where some suspects were arrested. In the process, the body of the third Chief Dennis Abuda was recovered.
What? Keep on, not put inside. No. Keep on outside. Put on side of motor there.
Well, anyway, bros, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. Looking at those footage is really sad. First and foremost, I want to say that may God grant eternal rest to Chief Dennis Abuda. May his gentle soul rest in peace. And may God grant his family, wife and children in the US and his extended family in Nigeria the grace to bear this very irreparable loss. For the information of our viewers, he will be laid to rest this weekend. His funeral arrangement has been announced. I think it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The gentleman is somewhat close to me because my godparents are their good family friend. He's from Fuga. And he happens to be the President General of Fuga Association in the United States. So I understand he does this every year, where he pay regular visit to Fuga, where he's from. No more. My brother Tony has said everything. I think there's an investigation going on now. And to answer your question, the issue of herdsmen, we can't rule it out. And the issue of other possibilities cannot be ruled out. All I would say is to beg the government to make sure that the police unravel the truth so that we know the truth and the family can sort of bring a closure to this whole matter. May his gentle soul once again rest in perfect peace.
Thank you very much, Austin Iremira, for putting it mildly. It's a security matter. For us, of course, we cannot rule out the herdsmen, but we are very sure that everything today happening across Nigeria in Edo State, everything will not be herdsmen. Of course, we still have our own homegrown wickedness taking place every day. As a matter of fact, in my broadcast that I didn't mention, it's true. One of our Edo woman who came from Germany, she's got a farm. You know, she's very much interested in her family business and all of that. She came, and just days after she arrived, she was killed in her farm. You know, she left her husband and children right in Germany and all of that. So we've regularly seen things like this. People travel home and all that for good, and the Benin man says Owamagbama Oe setting, and that's the kind of signal we see in this kind of matter. You know, people practically know that this man was living on a certain day. They knew how he was to live, when he was to live, what route he was to drive through, and all those things. I think the police should do better investigation and not just give us this idea. Let nobody give us the idea saying it's just herdsmen and all of that. The story get us a bit. You understand what I'm saying now? Why we want to deal with the issue of herdsmen and invaders of the Edo territory, you know, we like them to be dealt with the way they ought to be dealt with. We equally should understand that we have our own internal matters. You know, that even before the advent of this herdsmen matter, we'll be struggling to ensure that we put our place in order because of the excesses of misguided young men and women who go about, you know, crime and all that. On a last note, we make this lighter. By the grace of God, it's a period that started, you know, at the instance of this level of insecurity we are experiencing right now. We have the Edo Street Latin project ongoing. By the grace of God, I speak with you right now. We were even somewhere today. We've done more than 100 lights all across Edo State. Of course, I made a clarion call to, you know, Esan land, to the Edo North, and everywhere. People should donate lights so that we can keep the project alive. Lighting up Edo State together is the project. Some days ago we were at Anigboro. Anigboro is a very dark and busy spot, you know, area in Usilu, but we provided light there today. This is what Anigboro looks like. You know, like as I show you just now, this is what Anigboro now looks like. We were at a Nogie Street off Saple Road, you know, some couple of weeks ago. We provided 27 lights. We laid 26 lights there. Today, this is what a Nogie Street looks like, you know, and all of that. So it's been this kind of story everywhere. These are solar power street lights that we are installing, and by the grace of God, there's a lot of testimony. People are happy and expressing joy and satisfaction at this, you know, and all that. But I'm going to ask the musketeers, you know, Dr. Agbons, the Edo Street Latin project. What are you hearing from your end? So far, so good.
Yeah, Comrade Lamte, this you can see I'm smiling from mouth to mouth. This is one project that has really taken everyone by, you know, by like taking the bull by the horn, like we always say. I'm excited to be really part of this project, and it's our own way, our own contribution to the development of our state. Sometimes talk, they say, is cheap, and I'm happy to see Edo sons and daughters from all parts of the world, both those in Nigeria, those in diaspora, keying into this Light Angel project. I follow your program a lot during the week, and I see the transparency in my own grammar, I see your integral integrity, and I'm really fascinated. So I'm really happy, and I know that this has shown that a people can also do something for themselves. It's not just government all the time. So this project, to be honest, has been very successful. I want to thank every light angel, everyone that have bought 1 light, 2 light, 5 lights, 10 lights, whatever number you have put in. They say na cooperation, rice take climb top of pot.
Thank you very much. Austin the Red Mirror, you are one of the first light angels we have for this program, including Dr. Agbons. What do you say? What are you hearing from your end? The project is ongoing. Yeah. Tomorrow, by the way, we are going to be installing about 18 lights somewhere. Upper Ekewan Road area. 18 lights is what we are going to be installing. I think on Wednesday we are going to be installing about 5 lights somewhere close by as well. You know, like that. What are you hearing, sir?
Well, first and foremost, Lampton, I need to thank you very much, because it is good to let the public know that although this is anchored by Comrade Show, but it was your brainchild, and probably you slept and woke up and God gave you that vision to think about it. Even people that were so educated never thought of this, and you've been able to sell it out, and many Edo people are buying into it. We must congratulate you and thank the Edo people and those that have become light angel for taking ownership of this. So that day that God opened your head to give you that thought is a blessed day, and I know you would have written it somewhere. There's many good reports and good information coming from Benin about it. We have to congratulate you. For our viewers, my light is standing somewhere in Umelu. Like Lampton said, I'm among the first people, but I'm very grateful. I hope that God will give me some more money so I can do more. But I want to thank Edo State people across the world, those at home, those abroad, for their magnanimity. Just before we came, Lampton was telling us of somebody that is going to donate 18 lights to put in a particular place. This is great. This is wonderful. And we pray that we continue to see more light angels. Those that have been light angels like me before, and Tony, if you want to be another one, the space is open. Edo State is not fully lit yet. So the goal from Comrade Show and from Comrade Lanty is to make sure we create lighting system in the entire Edo State. In fact, somebody that's come from Edo State was asking me a few days ago, how come governments before now never thought of solar system, since we know that we are naturally endowed with sun that can power light? Well, I say, well, that thought is coming, and it's coming from our own sun. So thank you so much, our dear Edo people. God bless you. Let us take ownership of this. Let us protect it. And may God continue to bless Comrade and Comrade Show and all our light angels. So it's all positivity all the way. Thank you so much, my brother, for bringing this to our state.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you. I appreciate that. To be honest with you, I think the thanks go to all the light angels we have, including yourself. And of course, Dr. Agbons, your light is at Musheshe. Your light was installed today, actually. You light angels of Edo State. Thank you. You guys are actually making Edo, move from strength to strength. There's one aspect of this program that we are exploring right now. We want to start some investment into we are putting some in collaboration with one of our brothers, Dr. Sebaba. We want to see how we can sponsor some research into this this solar power street lighting matter. I want to see the possibility of being able to manufacture it by ourselves. You understand what I'm saying now? Right in Edo State, right there. And so we are getting some Uniben students together by the grace of God. We want to sponsor that program, to have an indigenous manufacturing of the solar power system. So that matter is being worked out right now. I'm sure that when we get there, it's a bridge we want to get on, we want to cross it, and of course we want to empower our people so that eventually that itself will even expand the scope. Our mere way, very well compatible with our system, as it were. And the boys have said yes, it is a challenge they can take on, And of course, with Ese Baba, there is no mountain we cannot climb. So it's something that we are going to be looking at, going forward. Well, that is for that. Edo people across the world, I want to express my profound gratitude to you all for being part of this program today. Of course, you guys make this program what it is. And of course, my gratitude goes equally to the Musketeers. They make the comrade and friends what it is. And so on that note, I want to quickly bring on Dr. Agbons to, of course, give us a last word, at least for now, until we come again another time, hopefully next week Sunday. Dr. Agbons.
Yeah, our people, thank you very much. All our followers on Facebook and YouTube, thank you for staying with us and spending your Sunday evening with us, Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning or Sunday night, depending on where you are in the world. It's always good. And for those of you who are sending in comments on our program page, thank you very much. Keep them coming in. You are signposting us, and we appreciate all you are doing. Please do have a very, very safe week. Please take precautions about the COVID situation we have globally. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Yes, that's what Dr. Agbons. We equally have right in the house pharmacist Austin Eremiran. Austin, the people want to hear your voice, my brother.
Thank
Just
you
the
so
last
much,
word for now until we come again, hopefully next week.
Thank you so much, our people. It's always our Sunday tonic. I come to enjoy this, and I know you do as well. Thanks for being part of it. Have a very good week. And remember, COVID is straight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. That is pharmacist Austin Eremiran. God bless you so much. Thank you so very much. So, Edo people and Nigerians across the world, many thanks to you all for being part of this program. By the grace of God, come your way next week. Please, if you want to be a light angel, please just leave a message in our inbox, or you go to thecomradeshow.com. Of course, you find some information right there that will call it direct to you. Alternatively, leave a comment there. Tell us you are interested. Of course, we will email you all the information necessary. When you are able to donate a light or two, as the case may be, okay, please just send us the receipts, and of course, to enable us update our own system so that we can program where your light is going to be. One good thing about it is that when you donate a light, you become a light angel, and we do well to ensure that we inscribe your name on the light, just like this, day and night, so that the world can see and know that you are the person who donated the light. This is one of the ways we give account of our own stewardship, as it were. The way we account to you to tell you that your light has been done, as it were. So that's exactly the way it is. So it's all full of transparency as it is. And so we encourage everyone who is willing, who can, and of course who believe in the program, to key into it. Let us join hands to move our Edo State together, to develop our Edo State together, because Edo must move forward, must not and cannot be on the account of any individual, but on our collective account. And that is exactly what we are doing. And I want to say from my end, my name is Comrade Lamte Oriaki. I want to say thank you very much for being part of this program. Please don't forget to share our programs. And if you are not yet following the Comrade Show, follow the Comrade Show. If you are not subscribed to the Comrade Show, because we are, as we speak now, we are live on Facebook and on YouTube. Whichever platform is better for you, join us there. So that at the end of the day, you'll be one of the first persons to get a notification whenever we are on. Like I tell you, we are not only here to talk, criticize, and appraise situations. We're equally here to contribute our quota towards the development of Edo State. You play your role somewhere. Don't ask questions too much. Ask a few questions. Move your feet, move your hands, move your heart, and let's build Edo together practically. On that note, have a good night. Bye for now.
Make Comrade Show with Comrade Lamte Oriaki live on Facebook and YouTube.